You know what's strange? We move through the world every single day. Trains, buses, cars, bikes, and yet most of us never really talk about the journey itself. We just go.
That's true. But when you're learning a new language, suddenly those simple moments, asking for directions, buying a ticket, catching a taxi, they become these small battles, these little tests of courage.
Exactly. And today, we're diving into something that might seem ordinary on the surface, talking about transportation in English. But I promise you, this conversation goes deeper than grammar and vocabulary.
Because language isn't just about words, is it? It's about connection. It's about finding your voice in unfamiliar places.
Welcome. I'm Sarah.
And I'm Jordan.
And this is a conversation about movement, about finding your way, not just through cities, but through language itself.
So whether you're learning English or you've just forgotten what it feels like to be lost, stay with us.
Let me ask you something. When was the last time you felt truly lost? Physically lost or emotionally lost?
Either, both, because they feel similar, don't they?
They do. That moment when you don't know which direction to turn, when every sign looks foreign, when you can't find the words to ask for help.
And that's exactly where most language learners find themselves when it comes to transportation. They can say hello, they can order coffee, but then they need to catch a train. And suddenly everything freezes.
Why do you think that is?
Because transportation isn't just vocabulary, it's urgency, it's real-time pressure. You're standing at a bus stop, the bus is coming, and you need to know now if this is the right one.
There's no time to pull out your phone and translate.
No time to rehearse. You just have to speak.
And that's terrifying.
It is, but it's also liberating. Because once you can navigate a city in another language, you realize you're not just learning words. You're claiming space. You're saying, I belong here too.
That's beautiful. So today, we're not just teaching phrases, we're talking about confidence, about agency.
About finding your way home, even when home is still a foreign word.
Let me tell you a story.
Please.
Years ago, I met a woman named Maria. She'd moved to London from Brazil, didn't speak much English. She was brilliant, a doctor back home. But in London, she felt invisible.
Because of the language barrier?
Exactly. She could understand medical terms, clinical language, but everyday English, ordering food, making small talk, asking for directions, it paralyzed her.
That must have been isolating.
It was. She told me she used to take the same bus route every day, line 38. Same stops, same time. Because it was safe. She'd memorized it.
Comfort and routine.
Right, but one day the bus was delayed, canceled, and she had to get to a job interview across town. She stood there at the bus stop and she realized she had no idea how to ask for help.
What did she do?
She almost gave up, almost went home. But then this older man, a stranger, saw her looking at the bus sign and he said, "You look lost. Where are you trying to go?"
And she had to answer.
She had to answer. And she did. Broken English, yes. Stumbling over words, absolutely. But she said, "I need to go to King's Cross. How do I?"
And he understood.
He understood. He walked her to the tube station, showed her the map, helped her buy a ticket. And she made it to the interview. Got the job, actually.
That's incredible.
But here's the thing. She told me later that what changed wasn't her English. It was her willingness to be vulnerable, to admit she didn't know, to ask.
That's the real lesson, isn't it? Language learning isn't about perfection. It's about courage.
It's about showing up even when you don't have all the words.
So let's break that down. What stopped Maria for so long?
Fear. Fear of judgment, fear of making mistakes.
And those fears are real. I mean, when you mispronounce something or use the wrong tense, people notice.
They do, but here's what I've learned. Most people aren't judging you. They're rooting for you.
Really?
Really. Think about it. When someone tries to speak your language, even badly, what do you feel?
Respect, appreciation. I want to help them.
Exactly. We admire effort. We respect the attempt. And yet, when we're the ones learning, we convince ourselves everyone's criticizing us.
That's such a human thing, isn't it? We're so much harder on ourselves than we are on others.
Always. And in the context of transportation, asking, where is the train station? Or how much is a ticket? These aren't complicated sentences, but they feel enormous when you're afraid.
Because they're not just sentences, they're moments of exposure.
Right. You're revealing that you don't know, that you're not from here, that you need help.
And that takes strength.
It does. More strength than people realize. But here's something else I want to talk about. A shift that happens when you start speaking.
What do you mean?
When you're silent, when you're just observing, you're a visitor, a tourist. But the moment you ask a question, the moment you engage, you become part of the city.
You belong.
You belong. And that's powerful. That's transformation.
So speaking isn't just about getting information, it's about claiming your place in the world.
Exactly. And transportation is the perfect metaphor for that, isn't it? You're literally moving through space. And every question you ask, does this bus go to the airport? Which platform for the next train? You're navigating not just geography, but identity.
I love that. So when we teach transportation vocabulary, we're really teaching empowerment.
We are. We're saying you can go anywhere. You can ask. You can move freely.
And that's not just about English, that's about life.
Let me share something practical now, because I know listeners are thinking, okay, beautiful philosophy, but how do I actually do this?
Right, give us the tools.
So here's the thing. You don't need to memorize 100 phrases. You need maybe 5 core sentences, 5 flexible templates.
Like what?
How do I get to? That's one. You can plug in any destination. How do I get to the museum? How do I get to Oxford Street?
Simple, powerful.
Does this bus or train go to? Same structure. You're checking, confirming.
What else?
Excuse me, I'm lost. Can you help me? Vulnerability, honesty, and 9 times out of 10, people will help.
Those 5 sentences could get you anywhere in the world.
Anywhere. And once you have them, you build confidence. You add layers, but you start simple.
Because simple works. You know what I think is underrated in language learning?
Tell me.
Listening. Not just hearing, but really listening to how people ask these questions.
The rhythm, the tone.
Yes, because where's the bus stop can sound harsh if you say it flatly. But if you soften it, add a little melody, excuse me, where's the bus stop? It sounds human.
It sounds kind.
And that matters, especially when you're a stranger asking for help.
Absolutely. People respond to warmth, to politeness, not because it's grammatically correct, but because it's human.
So when we practice these phrases, we're not just practicing words, we're practicing connection.
We're practicing empathy. There is one more thing I want to leave you with.
What's that?
Every person who speaks multiple languages, every single one, has a story of feeling lost, of messing up, of saying the wrong thing at the wrong time.
It's part of the journey.
It's part of the journey, and those moments don't define you. What defines you is whether you keep going.
Whether you get back on the bus, even after you took the wrong one.
Exactly. Because fluency isn't about never making mistakes. It's about making mistakes and continuing anyway.
It's about resilience.
It's about grace, giving yourself grace.
So if you're listening to this and you're learning English and you're scared to ask for directions or buy a train ticket,
know this, you're not alone. Everyone who's ever learned a language has stood where you're standing.
and the only way forward is to speak.
to try, to stumble, to laugh at yourself, and to try again.
Because every question you ask is a small act of bravery.
And bravery adds up. We talk about transportation like it's mechanical, routes, schedules, tickets.
But it's not mechanical, it's human.
It's about moving through the world with confidence, with curiosity.
It's about knowing that even if you get lost,
You can always find your way back.
because you have a voice.
And your voice matters.
Thanks for being here with us today.
Wherever you're going, we hope you get there safely.
And we hope you have the courage to ask for help along the way.
Because that's where the magic happens. In the asking, in the trying, in the journey itself.
Safe travels, everyone.
Until next time.